Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling. We have some exciting stuff going on around the state.
We really do.
You know what's funny is like a lot of times I feel like I know about things maybe either ahead of time or like as they're happening because we meet so many people and we chat with so many people. So I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, no, I know about that. This is so exciting. But this was actually a surprise to me.
Yeah.
They just, it was today, right? Yesterday? Today? I don't even know what day of the week
either
it is.
today or yesterday.
They just announced that they're actually opening up several new restaurants on Federal Hill.
No, it's exciting because we just had Rick here last week on the show.
We love Rick. We love Federal Hill.
And he did like say a lot of exciting things happening, but
he kept that one close.
He didn't
was
tease
that close to the vest, close to the chest?
He did. He kept it very close to his chest. He did not like let us in.
Normally he'll be like, oh, we have this coming up. Like I'll be reaching out
or
whatever.
No, none of that. I mean, just a little bit of a hint of like, hey, there's a lot coming. But I thought it was just like the festival, the new season, St. Joseph's Day. I didn't think it was like this kind of big news. It's big news.
No, it is big news. So we wanted to find out more, of course. So take a look.
Are coming to Federal Hill in the coming weeks, and business owners are ready to open their doors to customers. Some owners and investors say it was a no-brainer to open up shop in this historic part of the state's capital city.
Providence is a food capital. People come in, look for food and good vibes. So I think if I want to do a restaurant, I should be on the Federal Hill, because that's the place people go for.
Major change is taking place on Providence's historic Federal Hill. The news of the new restaurants comes at the same time as an announcement that new lights will be installed along Atwells Ave. Members of the Federal Hill Commerce Association, or FHCA, excited to see the area continue to thrive.
I think we're right now at about 94% occupancy on our business space throughout the avenue. And before this, we had 54 license holders, meaning places that serve alcohol or food service throughout the avenue. So it's a really high density of businesses in this Little Italy in our restaurant district.
5 new restaurants in total are coming to Federal Hill, and owners are counting down the days to opening night.
We're super excited to be trying to do this flip pretty fast. I think we accomplished that, and thank you to Rick and everybody that's helped us out and guided us along.
We're doing something that has not been done before, and I can't say that enough because nowhere else can you go and get 3 different espresso martinis as one serving, and nowhere can you go and pick 3 different cuts of steak and get it on one plate, cooked to perfection, and it's going to be the finest beef.
Some owners have dreamed of this moment for years.
This is a life goal for us. I don't know, like we just grow up coming to the Hill, all the festivals and everything, so sometimes we come here and like literally get goosebumps that this is even happening, so we're really excited.
Some of the restaurants, like Rome, are now open for business. All of the other 4 new restaurants will be open within the next 6 weeks. Reporting in Providence, Ethan Logue, 12 News.
That is such a great point.
Huge.
That Federal Hill is so iconic, of course, that for some restaurant owners, I'm sure it is a dream to be up there. Like she was saying that like they've grown up coming here, like now they are opening their own restaurant.
Which is amazing.
There, which is just, you got to take a moment and really like.
Yeah, you have to like actually
take it
breathe it in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And within 6 weeks, the rest of these are going to be open.
That's incredible.
It's going to be fast.
They didn't specifically break down every single one, I don't think. I was looking it up. I know they mentioned Rome is already open.
Yes.
And then the other one was Blackstone, which people might be familiar with because they have, I believe, 2 other locations.
Did you say one was in East Greenwich?
So I'm pretty sure they're Main Street, East Greenwich, and then I want to say Coventry was the original location. But
I've never been.
So they're known for doing kind of like flights. Meaning, normally you think of a drink flight, which they alluded to with the 3 espresso martinis, which, by the way, sign me right up for that. But they do it with food as well.
Which is so cool.
So it sounds like they're going to be doing it with also like Italian food, like kind of like on the theme of Federal Hill, which is a great idea. So I think my assumption, which could be wrong, is that each restaurant's menu is a little bit different from Blackstone.
Yes.
So potentially, if you go to the one on the Hill, it might be a little bit different from the one that is on Main Street in East Greenwich.
Right.
Etc. That's what I think. And then it sounds like there's 3 other restaurants coming.
Which is great. I mean, what a wonderful thing to bring people to Federal Hill. It's so iconic, like you said. So many of us have grown up going there for dinner. So this is a big deal.
And I love anywhere you can go where you can like park in one spot and then bop around to a couple other places. So obviously the Hill is great for that because you can, get a drink at Vendor Bar, but then maybe walk down the street to like Oyster Bar Panavino or Harry's on the Hill. Remember when we went up to Harry's?
So good. So good.
That was so fun.
That's really fun for the holiday. Like, there's no place like the Hill during the holidays, too.
Right.
They really do it up.
There's a lot of good stuff coming, so keep your eye out for that.
We also have a big fly flying around
I
today.
know. Are you distracted?
It just flew by my eye.
Was it like in your face? It's big.
So just get a heads up.
Like we could put a saddle on it and ride it home.
Huge.
Yeah. So keep your eye out for the fly, but we have a lot more coming up today on Spotlight New England. We're really excited to talk to an iconic New England brand right after this quick break. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. Well, as we have been telling you, we're very excited to be branching out into more of New England, and today is no exception as we welcome the beloved brand Sea Bags based out of Maine, and we have the CEO Beth with us along with Laura, who is the VP of Marketing. Welcome to Spotlight New England, ladies.
Hey.
Hi.
We're so excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us from all the way up north.
Well, thanks for having us. We want you to take the show on the road and come see us.
I'm like fangirling out. We're such big fans.
We're trying to make more road trips happen for our Spotlight New England endeavors. So definitely mark us down for that. We hope to get up to more of Maine.
Yes,
in the future. But let's take it back a little bit. We want to learn all about the brand. People, when we show them what it is, Sea Bags, I think most people know it by name. But in case you don't, tell us more about Sea Bags and how Sea Bags came to be. Beth, I feel like maybe this is a Beth question.
Yeah, thank you so much. So at Sea Bags, we make tote bags and accessories out of recycled sails from sailboats. And so we incorporated the company about 20 years ago. And it's funny, I was traveling long haul in a job where I wanted to be home more, and I came across this hobby product that I fell in love with and approached the founder at the time and said, I think we could make this to a business. And you guys will laugh because I told my closest friends at the time, including your very own Kim Zandy.
Yes, we love Kim. We love it. Everybody knows Kim Zandy here. Everybody knows Kim Zandy.
Icon in Rhode Island.
So she was one of my confidants at the time, where I said, I really think that we can make this into a business, and just started talking through it with my girlfriends, just like we're having a conversation today. And lo and behold, 20 years later, here we are. So we went from, making a handful of products on the very wharf where we still are today to and having, one store that you could buy a few things at, to today we are 39 or 40 stores actually, and 200 employees. So we are still doing the things that we love to do, and that is saving sales from the landfill and creating jobs here.
That's so incredible. And I think, people, as I mentioned, I think they'll know it when they see it. We have a store in Newport down on the iconic Bannisters Wharf, I believe is where it is, right downtown. An incredible location. Every time you pass it, you see it, you know what it is. People are constantly coming in and out. I want to talk about the legacy of this brand, but I do want to talk more about specifically the use of the sails, because it's not just, like a pattern that you're using. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so sails come in all different shapes and sizes and weights, and we don't like anything to go to the landfill, so we try to use everything. So while our designs will stay constant and our workmanship will stay constant, each bag will be unique to itself, because it may have, we say they have signs of hard sailing. So it may have a grommet that was originally in the sail, or it might have a piece of, a D-ring or an O-ring, or it might have a little bit of a rust stain. And so for us, that all adds character to each bag. But we try to use everything that we can, right down to using the scraps to create our hang tags, and our hang tags have become iconic to our brand on every single product.
I love that. And tell me this, because, as Ashley was saying, these bags are so identifiable. And I love that each one is unique. That, obviously not one person has the exact bag that you have. But what does it feel like to be out and about? And I don't know any other way to say it, but just like in the wild, and to see somebody really just like toting one of your bags, using one of your bags, you can see it, it. What does that feel like?
Well, it's funny. I was in Cleveland last weekend and I saw somebody carrying my bag, and I still get chills and goosebumps. Never take it for granted. It never gets old for me. And actually, I kind of freeze up when it happens. So yeah, it's a great feeling to know that our consumers, gravitate towards saving sales from the landfill, the sustainability piece, but also gravitate towards products that are made here in the U.S. And those are the things we're the most proud of.
And even that marketing piece, obviously, you guys have been around obviously for years, but, from the marketing standpoint too, even with like social media each year getting, more and more, like, I mean, obviously we always joke social media seems to change every like 6 weeks sometimes. How do you constantly stay, or at least how do you, because you're so relevant on social media too, how have you been able to navigate, like no pun intended, but like all those sales?
Look, thank you, by the way. That's all Laura.
Yeah. So I mean, social media is changing daily. One of the things that attracted me to Sea Bags over a decade ago was the fact that the story is so authentic. Like, we are not manufacturing that we're a nautical lifestyle brand. We were born a nautical lifestyle brand with sustainability at the heart and soul of what we do. Telling those stories on social media is so easy. When a customer goes to a special place and they share user-generated content, that's them with their sea bag out on a schooner. I mean, that's great content. We like to reuse what customers will put out on social media. We create our own content. We like to tell stories about the sales from some of the historic schooners that we will get sales from, and create a really unique, dynamic product that is rare. And like I said, a small batch, maybe we'll only make 30 or 35 of them, and tell the story about where that sail may have sailed. So it's a really great opportunity, and the authentic storytelling is just so deep.
And you guys are big on collaborations as well, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of them. Gosh, like we're working on a couple right now that we can't tell you about. We're really
secret.
But we do. We currently have a great one going with Cousins Maine Lobster that is a charitable benefit for the Maine Lobstermen Community Alliance, and we're giving 20% back to the organization to sustain lobstering as an industry. It's a great opportunity for people to support something they love personally. I mean, everything about Maine is lobster and sunshine in the summer. So, being able to tote around a beautifully designed bag that's environmentally friendly and also gives back to the community, it goes to one of the core pillars of our mission, being good stewards of our community. So that's been really fun to partner with other Maine brands that like to have that same community focus. But we partner broadly, not just with Maine brands or New England brands. It's really across the board. If people are also interested in sustainability or environmental impact or made in USA, anything that really supports the mission is something that we'll consider.
Or just two cool brands working together. That's what we really like. We like to partner with women-owned brands too, so it supports what we do. So it's fun.
I love that. And Beth, I wanted to ask you, because when we have entrepreneurs on, really, one thing that we love is, or at least the common thread we've seemed to find, is that a lot of the people that have started their businesses, even the woman we had on yesterday, she's like, what, I started because I had a passion for this. Like, I had an idea, I wanted to create it. She said, if I had created a business plan that was so thorough out of the gate, I may not have done it. I kind of went off of like a beginner's mindset, is kind of what she was saying. How did it start off for you, at the beginning for you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, if I knew then what I knew now, there's no way I'd have dared to do this. And so a lot of being naive really helped me, but I fell in love with the product. I fell in love with the fabric. And, my aunt worked for a shirt factory here in Maine her whole adult life. And I saw that factory go out of business and go overseas. So really the idea was a passion after my aunt, who I cared for so much. And I wanted to bring cut and sew back to Maine. And I worked with a couple of companies doing the same thing. We're so lucky in New England. We have some really cool entrepreneurs doing cool things around cut and sew. So that's where the passion started for me. And for me, sustainable takes on almost a heavier definition, and that's creating a company that will create jobs that will be around for a long time to come. And to me, that's sustainability, for what's important to me, along with being good stewards to our earth and saving, sales from the landfill.
Like you were
But-
saying about New England,
Love that.
I love that everyone always wants to champion each other
Yes.
and collaborate.
Yes.
It seems like that really is such a like big New England thing, maybe because we're so small. Is
Right.
that really part of, you know, what inspires you, what inspires the brand, and, you know, obviously with ties to the ocean like that as
Yeah.
well, being in this beautiful destination?
Yeah, so Laura talked about the collaboration we're doing with Cousins Maine Lobster. So when you come here, we're going to show you that we're right on the fishing wharf here, and we are surrounded by lobster boats. You know, and those are our neighbors, those are our friends, those are the people living in our communities, and we want to support that community. We are deep heritage in Maine with fishing, and so that's important to us. But collaborating in general is just a good thing to do. There's enough that we can all help each other when it comes to keeping businesses in the US. And so, you know, I take great pride in, you know, if somebody approaches us and we figure out that there's a way to collaborate, we love to find a way to make it work so that everybody gets something out of it.
And you know, to go further though, is that when we source materials to design our products with, like the rope handles, which are so distinctive and unique to sea bags, those are sourced from a New England manufacturer, New England Ropes, and we've worked with them for many years to the point where, you know, we actually are starting to innovate with them in terms of the product design. So that's really fun to be able to create jobs even through New England within other companies that we work with and partner with.
And since we have you, we have to ask you, you're going to be our main experts now. So tell us, like, you know, I loved going to Maine when I was a kid. I haven't been able to get there as much as an adult, but we used to go a lot in the summertime. But like, tell us about like a perfect like Maine summer day.
Whoa.
But we will agree on this, and although she's leery of what I'm going to say right now. But I think you'll agree that a perfect Maine day would be to come into, if you have one day, come into Portland and, you know, have breakfast on the dock here, right on our dock at the porthole. They serve a great breakfast, and you can oversee the fishing boats and the seals in the harbor. Then we'd say get on the ferry, and we might disagree on which island to go visit. Laura has her favorite island and I have mine, but we would say take the ferry out of Portland and maybe do the mailboat run to the different islands, go have lunch. I would finish with dinner on Great Diamond Island at the restaurant, and then come back at sunset. So you can't get a better day than that in Maine.
That actually does
I
sound
know, that
perfect.
sounds absolutely amazing.
And real quickly too, you know, just go through like the products that you do offer. So you have like the larger totes, you kind of have like the smaller pouches.
Yep.
So we have everything from our little wristlets, which are meant just to carry your cell phone, your lip gloss, and, you know, a little bit of cash if you need it, or maybe a credit card. And then we have our bucket bags, our beverage bucket, which we're very excited about for our NFL bags coming up, because you can carry a 6-pack of your favorite whatever.
Oh, smart.
Fill the center with ice to keep your beverages cool.
So, and then, you know, up to our handbags, our medium totes and our larger totes, you know, and people often ask what we're carrying. And right now I'm carrying a large one because I'm headed to the lake tonight with my son to visit friends. So, you know, there's something for everyone.
Yeah. And a lot of travel totes too, sized for, you know, carry on for, you know, travel you might do for weekend adventures, either with closed tops or open tops and lots of pockets. So a lot of functionality, but also really lightweight and very packable, which is kind of nice.
And they're so durable. I love how durable they are, because I can really like throw all my stuff in it and kind of beat it up, because when you're traveling, or you're even as like a day tote, like, there's always so much going in it. So if people do want to look you up, of course, I mentioned our local store, but you guys sell online, etc. Where can people find you, and on social media as well?
Yep. So we are at seabags.com. And if you go to seabags.com, you can find the locations of all 40 of our retail stores. You can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram and on TikTok and Pinterest, and all of the socials that you might want to join us at. We have a few different handles, but we're easy to find, and we love followers. And if you want to add your own sea bag sighting, we have a hashtag sea bag sighting. We like to see people our bags in the wild.
I love that. So fun. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today.
I'm going to add one more thing here. And people should remember, if they have an old sail, they can turn it in at any of our stores in exchange for a sea bag.
That's
So-
great.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think we're one of the only people that you can, trade it in for a product and take it right away with you.
That's absolutely
incredible.
incredible. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's
What an
wonderful.
amazing idea, and just love that it's been around for so long. Congratulations on, you said 20 years, right?
Unbelievable.
That's
Yes.
incredible. Congratulations. We're so happy that you were able to join us today to chat a little bit about the brand that we've loved for years.
Yes.
So nice to meet you and put some faces with the name. And of course, as they mentioned, you can find Seabags online or in Newport if you're local in Rhode Island, but make sure to keep up with them on social media as well. Thanks so much, ladies.
Bye.
See you in Portland. Come
Bye-bye.
see us.
We will.
Okay, good. Bye.
Bye. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. So last night I had, I've done this now. This is the third year that I've been part of the Little Sisters. Obviously, so many people know what the Little Sisters do. It's such a great, they have such a great mission. They take care of the elderly, and it's just
And
like
where are they based out of, Audrey?
they're based. Well, it's in Pawtucket in Rhode
Pawtucket,
Island.
okay.
Yep. And then each obviously area has their own Little
Yeah.
Sisters of the Poor, but they are just like a remarkable, just place. My dad has volunteered there for. I mean, I don't remember him not volunteering there. So, and my Nana had friends that were there. So just kind of always known about it throughout my entire life. But they started doing a summer soiree.
I love it.
3 years ago to raise money and funds for all of the people that live there, like the
missions
elderly.
that they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this was some of the photos from last night. So my dad that's my dad and my mom. My dad's on the advisory council, which he
Best. I love your
I
parents.
love my parents when they came. And then this woman right here, her name is Kay. She stopped me last night just to tell me that she watches the road show in the morning.
Yeah.
Every morning. She's 95.
Oh my God.
And she was obsessed with Brendan. I was
Of
telling Brendan
course.
this morning. She goes, "Oh, he has the cutest little
I was going to
dimple."
say, she talked about his dimples,
Talked
right?
about his dimple. And I thought she looked so cute in her pink outfit that I said to her
Yes.
last night, I'm like, "And look at how together you look." I said, "You look a day over 60. And she said, "Well, there could be single men here." So she was just really cute. But it was just and I was telling Ashley too that I brought my daughter last night to just watch and just to volunteer, see what she could do. Because I think it's important for kids to learn at a very young age, or as young as you can.
Right.
The importance of giving back.
It is.
It's something that they need to see, especially in this day and age.
And I think the younger the better, because then it's just always in you. I remember growing up, again, I didn't live here when I was a kid. I lived in Connecticut, but I always volunteered. My parents always had me volunteering. I volunteered at the hospital every single summer, once a week. I was basically
I love that. I
almost
didn't
like
know
a
that.
a candy striper, basically, but that's not what they call it. It's just a volunteer. Doing all different things
Oh, I love
around
that.
around the hospital from the time I was 13 until I graduated and went away to college. And then even before that, I volunteered at the library.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and I would just rearrange the books and put them back in order. Just those little things that they people don't want to do there, but always
mean something.
volunteered.
So I brought my daughter last night, but I thought it was just such a great thing, and I wanted to say to you, just encourage people to do what they can to get out there, volunteer, especially for something or some sort of cause that means something to you. I feel like there's so many things that we do in our daily lives that sometimes just working, like you said, one day a week or one day a month. You give back. You
Especially
volunteer
in the
some way.
summertime, I know it's so hard with kids and trying to figure out
but
what they can do. And I haven't looked around in a while because I have a job now, but I think there are probably programs where kids could volunteer, like I did at a hospital or something like that on a regular basis in the summertime or even during the year. I would occasionally do it during the year as well,
absolutely.
if I had the time to do it.
Well, where did we go? St. Elizabeth's as a station.
Loved that.
Right?
We love St. Elizabeth.
That was wonderful. We went. We did bingo, and we chatted with obviously a lot of the ladies and men that live there, and it was so much fun. They loved it, and it meant a lot to them.
And anything, there's a lot of different ways you can give back. You can give back monetarily as well, but I always love going to something in person and spending time, and it's a bonus if you get to learn something about somebody else.
Yeah,
as well,
definitely.
So
No, it was
great
great.
that you did that. We love the Little Sisters of the
Little
Poor.
Sisters
They're
of the
always
Poor.
so fun when they come in here too. They're
So
hot
sweet.
tickets as well, which
They
is
really are.
a blast. But
Love
thank
it.
you for joining us today on Spotlight New England. We'll see you next time.